A discriminated operant is less affected by motivating operations and equally likely to occur under certain antecedent conditions. B is less affected by motivating operations and more likely to occur under certain antecedent conditions. Or C is equally affected by motivating operations and equally likely to occur under certain antecedent conditions. Or D is equally affected by motivating operations and more likely to occur under certain antecedent conditions. So the correct answer here is D, is equally affected by motivating operations and is more likely to occur under certain antecedent conditions. So to answer this, we have to know what a discriminated operant is. So a discriminated operant is a behavior that occurs more under some antecedent conditions than it does in others. It occurs more in the presence of a discriminative stimulus and less in the presence of a stimulus delta. So a discriminated operant is the response. So it's essentially the response that follows a discriminative stimulus or a stimulus delta. So in our SD example, seeing pie on the table lets us know that pie is available. We ask for pie because in the past, asking for pie when there was pie on the table made it where we actually received pie. So asking for pie when there's pie on the table increases in the future. And eventually this can become a discriminative stimulus. And when this becomes a discriminative stimulus, this becomes a discriminated operant, which means it occurs more under some conditions than it does in others. But the first part of the question asks us, is it less affected by motivating operations or equally affected by motivating operations? And a discriminated operant is equally affected by motivating operation. Even if, so a pie example is a great example. This is a discriminated operant, but if I don't want pie, I'm still not going to do it. And if I'm really hungry, I'm still gonna do it way more, right? So what the establishing operation of being hungry or the abolishing operation of eating, just eating a bunch of pie are still going to affect a discriminated operant similarly to the way that they would any other behavior. Discriminated operants fall under the same rules about motivating operations as any other behavior does.